Now, and you can save 20% on an annual subscription, which will take you through the 2020 holiday months. Go to www.justship.net now and take the aggravation out of shipping.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
If you thought there was no tree store in Ocala, then think again. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens has been Ocala's official tree store for well over 50 years. At any given time, Bob has more quality trees, dozens of varieties, including shade trees, palm trees, and citrus trees, than anyone in Marion County. You always get lowest prices and guarantee. Plus, every day you buy one tree, you get a second one for half price. That means you can buy a 4 to 6 foot tree for as little as $49.99 and get another one just like it for only $25. Hundreds of types and sizes are available. You can get delivered, planted, and guaranteed. So think about trees. Think about Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, Ocala's Tree Place since 1952. Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you and yours a year ahead full of health, faith, and compassion. In addition to our pasture mowing, we also offer fence line spraying for weed control and rototilling for your winter gardens. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. As we wrap up 2020, we've been going over the top stories of 2020 in Marion County as voted on by the staff at Ocala.com. And this story at number 2 would have been the number 1 story of the year. I am 100% certain. If it hadn't have been for the number 1 story of the year. In any other year but 2020, number 2 on this list would have been number 1. But 2020 being what it is, nothing's the way it should be. This was a terrible story that I first learned about within about an hour and a half of it being reported to the police on October 25th. You all know that I'm talking about when Ocala Police Chief Greg Graham and his Cessna 172 he was flying left a private airport in Bellevue, developed some type of engine trouble, crashed near Dunellen. The chief was the only person on the plane, and he succumbed to his injuries from the plane crash. And he's no longer with us. He was a good buddy of mine. Still have to be careful about how I talk about it because it gets me. Greg Graham was one of the best human beings you'd ever meet in your life. He had a playful side to him. He had a serious side to him. He was a great father, great husband, great human being. Did he have his issues? Everybody's got their issues. But we lost a great one the day that Greg Graham passed away from a plane crash. The Greg Graham, the inaugural Greg Graham Legacy Walk will take place soon at Zone Fitness. Angie Clifton at Main Street Bank is who you get in touch with if you want to be a part of the Greg Graham Legacy Walk to raise money for the Greg Graham Legacy Foundation, which will go to help the Boys and Girls Clubs of Marion County and to keep alive and to keep funding the Chief's Amnesty Program for opioid addicts. October 25th wasn't a good day, folks. And here it is, December 31st. So that's 2 months. Yeah, two months and a week removed from the day. Is that right? No, but yeah, October. No, yeah, 2 months and a week removed from the day it happened, and it's still not easy to talk about. And it would have been the number one story of the year if it hadn't have been 2020. We all know the number one story of the year: COVID. So number one year in the world, number one year in the country, number one story in the state, and the number one story of Marion County. It's because it affected everybody in Marion County: retirees, school children, businesses, government, social services agencies. 17,000 plus people have been affected with it. More than 450 people have died. Businesses have closed. Residents lost jobs, especially in the hospitality sector. I was doing 5 nights a week. I was hosting trivia throughout this city. I do it 1 night a week now. So the number one story of the year, voted on by the Ocala.com staff, it's the number one story worldwide: the COVID-19 pandemic. So to recap, the number one story is COVID-19. Number two story, the death of Chief of Police Greg Graham. Number 3, the Downtown Hotel. Number 4, the World Equestrian Center. Number 5, new distribution centers in our area. Number 6, a new superintendent. Number 7, development at On Top of the World. Number 8, the Queen of Peace fire. Number 9, the appointment of a new city manager. And number 10, the death of Kelly Preston. That is the list from Ocala.com. Hi, caller, who's this?
Good morning again, Tom. This is Hugh calling.
Hey, Hugh, what do you got real quick?
I'd like to add one more to that list and make it 10.5, and that would be Tom Schmitz returning to WOCA. Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a top 10 story, but I appreciate the love, Hugh. I appreciate the love. It should have made their honorable.
It's been a joy listening to the radio now, much more, and I'm really so happy that you're back, and I know a lot of other people are, and we're looking forward to a great radio 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Hugh. Hey, look, I have big shoes to fill. Larry and Robin are institutions in this town. And I had a pretty good run as part of a afternoon show, The Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. And Adam did an admirable job for the 10 months he tried to fill the shoes of Larry and Robin. But that's big shoes to fill. Have you ever seen Larry's shoes? They're not small, my friend. Notable deaths in our community. We already talked about the passing of Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, Kelly Preston, passing away in 2020, almost said 2021. We talked about Chief Greg Graham, his passing at the age of 58 in 2020. Eddie Jaworski, he was an advocate for veterans. Eddie Jaworski, he passed away in 2020. Dr. Ed Anderson, Dr. Anderson was a noted Ocala dentist. He was a member of the Marion County School Board. He helped desegregate the Marion County schools. He died at the age of 90. Lawrence Mayhew, founder of one of my favorite places in this town, Hungry Bear Drive-In and Mayhew Pest Control, right across from my offices in downtown. Lawrence Mayhew passed away this year at the age of 86. Former mayor of McIntosh, longtime North Marion community figure Cary Grant McCullum, died at the age of 82 this year. Hank Steinbrenner, New York Yankees owner, thoroughbred breeder, car enthusiast, philanthropist, rock and roll guitarist. I mean, he was a talented man, George Steinbrenner's son. He passed away at the age of 63 this year. Bruce Sweden, a man I had the pleasure of interviewing along with Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala program back when we were still at the Cascades. He's a legendary sound engineer. He was the man that was the sound engineer on Michael Jackson's Thriller album. He passed away this year. He's a Marion County resident. He passed away this year. The Reverend Fred Mayweather Sr., he served the faith community here for nearly 4 decades. He passed away at the age of 82. And finally, a friend of mine who was gone way too soon, way too early, young man who, if you've ever been to one of his establishments, he never saw somebody he didn't think was a friend. And I'm talking about Tony Wu Lee. He was the owner of Tony Sushi, Japanese steakhouse in Ocala. Tony was a good guy. Tony was fun to hang out with. He was fun to, have a beer with. But Tony Wu Lee, 46, gone way too soon. Everybody on this list that were pillars at one point or another in this community for their contributions to the community. But no loss. All of these losses very big, especially to the families and the people who knew them, but none larger than the loss of Police Chief Greg Graham at the age of 58. That wraps up a year. That wraps up 2020. I want to thank everybody that has called in since I've come back on the airways October 1st of this year. It's hard to believe I just finished 33 months. Today will be tomorrow. There will be no radio tomorrow. It'll be New Year's Day, so we're taking the day off. But 3 months I'm back on the airwaves. Hard to believe it's been 3 months already. I want to thank the Martones for allowing me the opportunity to come back on the radio. And I want to thank Buddy Martin publicly for teaching me the ropes of radio. And I want to thank you, the listener, for allowing me to come in and give you a little bit of information and hopefully a light chuckle or two along the way. Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe out there tonight. Make sure that you take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next year. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Happy New Year.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
A new variant of the coronavirus has emerged in San Diego, California. USA Radio News' Tim Berg reports.
The nation's second case of a new, more contagious strain of coronavirus is now confirmed in California. Health officials saying a 30-year-old man from San Diego got it without any recent history of travel. Dr. Mark Siegel is a Fox News medical contributor. He reminds everyone.
You know what we need to know about this? This is the opposite side of the coin, that we don't need to panic here, because this strain, we hear the word mutation and we get really worried, but I want everyone to know that over the course of a pandemic, new strains always mutate, they always change.
From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
There's no scientific evidence the new strain is deadlier. Gilligan's Island actress Dawn Wells died Wednesday morning in Los Angeles, California.